Hi guys, welcome to another Divi theme video. This is Jamie from System 22 at webdesignandtechtips.com. We've got some great news. Divi have got a nice free download here of 6 image mask designs for Divi 5. And there's some lovely ones here. Here's something I did with it earlier on when I was playing around. Let's have a look at the preview. Really easy to do, and they're fully responsive. They're actually using clamp on a lot of these things, so it's going to scale down nicely. I'll take you through downloading, installing and customizing to your needs. It's really easy. So if we go back to this page, and I'll put this URL down below the video. We've got a table of contents here. If you want to check them out, which you probably want to do, hit the preview. It'll take you straight down there. And here they are. I use number 2, and we'll use that one again today in this demo. And you can come up with some really interesting designs. So next thing you're going to want to do is download. So hit download stick style image masks. It'll take you down here. I've got a button. When you first get here, you may have a little field that asks you to put your email in. I'm already signed in, so I've got the button. Just put your email in there. They don't spam you or anything like that. Once you do that, this button will turn up. Hit the download files. It'll download it to your default download location, wherever that may be, usually your download folder. So go to the folder it's downloaded to. It's going to download it as a zip file. So we need to extract it. I'm going to right click and hit extract. I'm going to extract it here. And it's going to give us a little folder called styled. Inside, you'll see some JSON files 1 through 6 here. And if you want to import them all, you can hit this one at the bottom that says all on the end there. Great. So how do we get them on our site? Really easy. I'm sure a lot of people, if you've seen any of my other videos with the freebies from Elegant Themes, you'll know this already. Go down to your dashboard, go down to Divi. We're going to go down to the Divi library right here. What do we want to do? We want to import it. So we're going to go up the top here and say import export, the little button, left click. We want to import. And it's going to give us this little box here. I'm just going to drag the one I want to import where it says no file selected there and drop it. Or you can hit this little button and browse to your download location where you unzip your files. So if I click back on this, I'm going to use number 2 again. I'm going to left click, I'm going to drag it over, I'm going to drop it right there where it says no file selected. As you can see, it's in there now. I'm not going to hit the import presets. I'm just going to hit the blue import Divi builder layouts. I'm not going to pause this video because it's a very quick process, as you can see. It's just going to reload the page for us now. And there it is, image masking section number 2. So let's perhaps create a new page. Or of course, if we look over here, it's a section, so you can import it on any page and add it as a section, but I'm going to start a new page. And we'll give it a name. And of course, we're going to use the Divi builder. I'm going to go ahead and build from scratch. By default, it puts in the section at the top, the blue tab there. I'm not going to be using this. I'm going to import that section we just imported. So I'm going to hit the little blue button. I'm going to hit add from the library. And there it is, image mask section 2. I'm going to left click on that and hit use this section. Again, I won't pause. As you can see, it's imported extremely quickly. We can get rid of the default section on the top now. Just hit the little trash can in the blue tab there. Great. Now, of course, you're going to want to style this your own way. And I've just turned that into this. I've just stretched that out a little bit. I made that a bit bolder, changed the colors, put my own image in it to personalize it a little bit. Now, there's a few things you want to remember when you're doing this if you want to keep the layouts right, and we'll go through those. Okay, the first thing I did, this is obviously up to you. We've got some text in this left-hand column here. So if we want to adjust that, going to hit the green tab for the row there. There's our 2 columns. Top one is the first one on the left there. If we go inside there, hit the little pencil, it shows us the heading, the button and the text. That's all very well, but I think I want my heading at the top and perhaps the button and the text at the bottom. But again, it's all subjective. You do exactly what you want to do with yours. So we can do that very easily over in design. It's going to be set to flex in the layout here. Great new feature of Divi 5. There we go. Now they've got it wrapped here and they've got it going from left to right. You can switch it around that way. All I want to do with this really is put the title at the top and perhaps have the button and that little bit of text at the bottom. Now they've got their content aligned at the end there. You can align it any way you want. You can stretch it out. You can put it at the top so everything's at the top. You put it in the middle. This is the way they had it. I'm going to have it like this, space between. So we've got it at the top and the bottom there. Or of course you can have space around, which will give it equal space in between these elements here. And you've got space evenly. Like I say, I'm going to do space between. That's going to work for me. Next thing you're going to want to do probably is change the text out here. So let's just go in there. I'm going to click on the text module itself. It's a heading module, as we can see here. Text is always under the content. And let's just change that to technology or something. I haven't got any real content. Obviously, you're going to want to put in what you want. You can change the fonts and everything you like the normal way over in design here. If we close up our layout here and go into the heading text, it's a heading 1. As long as this is your main page title, it's fine to leave it on heading 1. If you're further down the page, you might want to change it to a 2 or 3, depending on how important or how relevant it is to your site. They're using a text font called Intertype, which is fine. If you want to change that, you can do so here by clicking on it. You can roll over any of these. It'll give you an example. You can change it to what you want there. I'm happy to leave it on that font. I think I'll make it perhaps semi-bold or even bold. That's going to work for me. And same here with the button. You're going to want to change the text there, unless that's what you want to say. So we're in the button now, as you can see, content, text. Learn more. I'm happy with that. The important part is you're going to want to link it to somewhere. Take your visitors. Just put your link in there where it says. Always best practice, if you're linking to your own site, keep it in the current tab. If you're linking off-site to somebody else's, open it in a new tab. That way, your site will stay open. I'm going to leave both of these just as they are. This is a simple text module. Obviously, you can put in whatever text you want in yours. I'll leave mine just like that. Okay, over on this side, we've got that nice mask. And it's kind of made up of dividers and a few images. If I hit wireframe view over here, you can see how it's made up. They've got dividers, a couple of images scattered in there. It's a really nice looking little thing. And if we click on this first divider here, obviously you can change the background color. Put in whatever color you want to put in. Use the default light blue perhaps. And once you've done one of these, if you want to change all the other ones, very easily, I'm sure you know how to do that. Just right click on the blue writing that says background. We'll copy the background attributes. We'll click on the next one of that similar color or any one you want to change that color to. Right click, paste. Here's another one of that color. Click on it. Right click, paste. Very easy to do. I'll leave those other ones just as they are. Another thing, we've got some here with nice little border radiuses on them. I noticed that when I clicked on these, they've actually used clamp for those borders, so they're going to scale down. If you just use pictures, if I pull this across a bit, you'll be able to see that a bit better. If you want to learn more about clamp, have a look at yesterday's video where we went over using clamp with text and sections and rows and things. As you can see, they're using a minimum value, desired value, and a maximum value for the corner. That way, when it scales down, it's going to be nice and smooth, scaly. If you want to, you can change it to your own. You can just use pixels if you want to. If I reset that, and let's just perhaps, I need to uncheck that so we can do separate sides. Let's just use 50 and pixels right there. That's fine. It'll scale down fairly well, but clamp will make it really scale down well. If we put a bigger one on there, you may notice when we scale down a bit more, it does slightly change that curve. I don't know if that matters to people, but some people are a bit daunted by the clamp feature. So I'm going to leave it on the clamp. I'm going to hit my Control Z, put it back to how it was. perfect. They've used the same thing here on 2 corners, and on the round ones here, they're just using a pixel value. That's working perfectly. Let's scoot this over here. Okay, the next thing we want to change perhaps is the images. So again, just click on one of these, it'll take you straight to the image. This is an image module we can see up here, or again, if you want to go to a wireframe view, it'll tell you it's an image module here. That's the one we're working on. I'm changing mine to sort of technology. So if we go to content, this is where they put the image in, and the image there, funny enough. One thing you want to bear in mind, if you want to keep this layout the same as they've got it, you want to use an image that's got the same dimensions. That's the one they've used. If I click on it, it tells us it's 8 by 400. I mean, you could do 16 by 8, as long as it's the same aspect ratio is fine. But I've cropped one of my little crazy car images to be the same as that. So let's pop that one in there. In fact, if I pop this one in here that's slightly different, you'll see it's pushed these down a bit. That's now an oval. And this image is not touching the bottom. So it's important to keep the same aspect ratio as the originals, which I've done here. You can see it's 8 by 4. And we've got a nice layout still there. That one actually works for me because we're doing cars and it's got a nice little road on it. And we've got one here that they've given a nice border radius to. So if we click on this one thing you want to remember with round images, you've always got to start out with a square one to make it round. Let's have a look over here in design and border. Yeah, they've given it that same 130 pixels that's making it round. So if we go back to our content on our image now and click on it, I've got some square images here. If I put one that's not square in there, let's put this crazy truck in, you'll notice it messes it up. So let's put a square one in there. That works absolutely perfectly. I'll leave the rest of this just as it is. That's absolutely fine for me. I thought it'd be nice perhaps to have something in the background here. And when I put an image in the background, you're going to see something weird happen. So let's go into the section itself, the blue tab at the top here. Background's always under content. Let's go over and throw an image in. Third tab along to image. I think I used that crazy truck because it was pointing the right way. Let's pop it in there. And that's kind of okay. But what's happened over here? It's gone all kind of crazy. The reason is on this column, I think they've used a blend mode. Or in fact, I know they've used a blend mode because I checked it out earlier. So let's go back into this column. I'm going to go green tab again for the row. Elements is always where you'll find what's in the row. Let's go into the second column, the one on the right here. Now we're in there, we can go over to design and filters. Let's have a look down at the bottom here. Yeah, they're multiplying it. And these are great blend. I think we covered these a few videos ago with various features. If you want it to be just regular, you can put it to normal up here. And that'll put it back how it was. But they've got some wonderful things to play with. For instance, luminosity. Take all the color away, you can get some crazy things going. Difference. As you can see, it's mad, but it's kind of hard to read for me. So I'm going to put mine on normal, but do play with those because you can get some wonderful things going. I think that's still a little bit too busy with this picture here. I'm going to take it down by adding a gradient over the top of it, like I did with this one here. Just makes everything stand out a little bit better, but of course this is all up to you. I'm just going to show you how to do it if you want. So we're still in our column here. I want to be in the section itself where we put that image. The background's always under content. I'm going to add a gradient. And I'm going to make both of these white. Now you won't see anything because this is actually behind the image at the moment. So I'm going to make that one white. Click on this one. I'm going to make this one white too. I'll roll down a bit. We'll see a little button, place gradient above background image. When I do this, it should be all white on the background. It is fantastic. Let's go back to our gradient now. If I start taking this away with the opacity slider, you'll start seeing that image bleed through a little bit. Let's do this other side. Yeah, it's a great way and making things stand out, but still having a bit of your image in there. Now, the moment mine's going from top to bottom, if I make this fully white, we'll see this, it's making it really white at the bottom there. I'm going to take that down a little bit. I'm going to flip it from 180 to 90 so it goes from left to right. Now you can have a little bit more on this side if you want by pulling this up. And perhaps a little bit less on this side by pulling the opacity slider down a little bit more. And again, it's entirely up to you, but that works really well. Now what we need to do is check it on tablet and mobile. So let's just hit tablet. And look what's happened. It's disappeared. I don't know why that is, but if you just go into the gradient direction or pretty much any of these settings, let's change that to 80. Click on it. It'll pull it back. Mobile, same thing. We might want to make that 180 again on mobile so it goes from top to bottom. So let's do that. 180. And we got it working on mobile there. Now we can go back to desktop. Great, and that's going to work for me. And these are really nice little masks that they've given us here. With a little bit of work, you can turn them into some stunning pages. Let's just save this and we'll preview. We've got the great new instant preview here. If I just click on it, pops it out in a full page for us. Perfect. You can exit with the little button there. That's going to work for me. Or of course, if you want to preview on the front end with the header, we've got the standard one. Hit the little drop down there. We can hit preview on front end. And we've got it open in the regular page here. So there we have it. There's how to import, download, and customize 6 little image mask designs for Divi 5. And like I say, this will be down below the video. Have some fun, download these, come up with some nice little designs. I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget, if you have any questions, pop them below the video. I'll do my best to answer them for you, or make a little demo video just like this one. So once again, this has been Jamie with System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.